Alrighty, it's D-Day. Welcome back. This should be the final part of the fit out series. We're in the car, getting Ubered by Star to go pick up a truck. I've never driven a truck before in my life.
You got this.
Bit nervous, but we'll see how we can go. But pretty much today is all about, we've done all the base layer in the new gym. Today is about moving all the actual pieces of gym equipment across today and tomorrow, I guess, on this Saturday, Sunday. We've tried to design, I guess, our fit out plan so that we had as minimal days that the athletes couldn't train. So it's really only today and tomorrow that they can't necessarily get a session in. We want to try and make sure that there's just a smooth as transition as we can to get the gym equipment over, and then Monday we can actually start coaching in the new place and it's all systems go. And
when you do your exercises on the cable machine, think of me, because I'm going to be carrying that today, not by myself, but I just want you to think of the people who put this together.
I'm expecting a big shift here from Star. That's good. That's good. She's excited. We're both, and so is Angus, coming back from a wedding last night. So
that's why I have this.
I'm not going to say I'm dusty because that's bringing negative connotations.
It's a state of mind. Don't lie.
Everything is fine. We feel good. Maybe get a little bit tireder earlier, later. Who knows? We'll see. But the vibes are too high. We're too excited to even worry about that. So let's get this truck, and we'll see everyone at the Maruba facility next. We're moving. Day one going successful so far. Here's said truck that we were managed to hire. It took us way too long to get hold of this truck. It took about an hour and a half of delays in the morning, so that wasn't good. But everything is in there for the most part. Still got to get a few different pieces of machines, but the big things, the squat racks, the cable system, a few other bits and pieces, they're all managed to fit in, so hell yeah. And I enjoy driving a truck. Maybe I can be a truckie one day. That's it for the first day of this big ass weekend of the fit out. The squat racks are here, lining up, all 5 of them. Looking very schmick. We've got the cables here, and then we've got a bunch of all the other equipment sort of just laid out all the way through. So slowly but surely coming together. Most of the equipment, I guess, has gone from Maruba over to Botany. So it's just about putting all this together tomorrow. A lot of flat packing. A lot of screws tighten up. Only a couple more things from Maruba to bring across, but otherwise it's pretty much just going to be spending the all morning and all day here tomorrow. But it's going to be a bit of a slog, but I'm confident that we can get a full training session in Monday. Starting to get excited now. Let's go, baby.
All right, guys. So it's been a little bit prolonged video that I wanted to make as I originally planned, and didn't really get a whole lot of footage of day 2 because honestly it was probably the most wildest day of my life, getting it final day of our, I guess, big move going into Botany. It was just crazy from start to finish. It was a 7 a.m. start, and I think we would have finished at midnight. And I got this one clip that was about 11 o'clock at night of us trying to finish off the turf, gluing that bad boy down, and that generally took about 4 or 5 hours to get right. I tell you what, it's you learn a lot of things. I just thought, I'll just whack a bit of glue on the ground, you'll be right. It was a nightmare, but we got it all done in the end. That's the main thing. And I honestly probably wasn't the greatest person to be around that final day, because I was just stressed out of my mind, thought about all the things that we had to do, trying to keep everyone on a time watch and whatnot. So you can imagine I was just a bit of a stress head. So if you were there that day and you're helping us out, apologies for being a bit of an annoying dweeb to be around, and thank you all for helping us out. It was actually such a crazy couple of days of getting it across, and I can't believe we actually managed to get it all done. And it made for a special night and morning one of coaching for all the athletes to jump in. It was probably the craziest coaching session I've ever had, because obviously everyone was super keen to get into the gym and get started, which meant there was about 40 athletes, I reckon, at one point training there, which we've never had before. And no one knew where anything was because it's obviously all new. So you had everyone asking all kinds of questions and whatnot. It was crazy, but it was still spectacular, and it's been great ever since. As you could probably tell, it's actually been a couple of weeks since I've made a video. YouTube has unfortunately gone down the priority list with just getting everything sort of ready and started at the gym. Just getting obviously programs and everything ready for the start of new equipment and whatnot, getting final pieces done for our open day, things like that. So excuses, whatever. I'm back. I'm ready to fully commit to this and try and get a video every fortnight. We will see. But it's been unbelievable so far. Just to give you guys a bit of an idea on what the gym is like. It's honestly exceeded all my expectations, my dreams, and more. It took a little bit to actually have that sink in. I think like the first couple of weeks, obviously I love the place, but it was like currently just kind of thinking of all the things that we had to get done and what, little things that needed to get added to create the final touches, whatever it was. And that can sort of take away from, I guess, the realization of what we've built. But what sort of kept me grounded, what kept me sort of getting those feelings, those positive thoughts back in was just, I guess, seeing the reactions of all the athletes coming in, seeing the place for the first time. It kind of made you feel like a little kid again. And yeah, just made it sort of feel like everything was right and back was worth, obviously, all the months of work to get it into that point. Technically all the years sort of building up to Evolve 2.0. But ecstatic, the sessions have been unreal. Like, it's just a different vibe, different feel, with everyone sort of training in that space. The amount of basketball that's being played is just ridiculous. Like, it's technically like probably not good load management at times. I'm like having to pull some people back. First week or so, we kind of allowed it. And now we're like, hey, get back onto the task. But it's been really good. It's been a really cool place to start adding some extra things as we sort of are in the space a little bit more. You can kind of start to realize, I guess, okay, that doesn't really work there, that does work there. What maybe if we add this in, whatever it is. So we've started to add some new pieces of equipment, which I'll get to show you. I'll give you guys a little bit of a tour of our space. Obviously, we've put a lot of info on social media and whatnot, but it's good to actually just do a bit of a walkthrough of the space if you haven't been here, and actually get a bit of a taste. So why don't we just roll straight into that, and we'll catch you guys in the next step.
All right, so this is Evolve Performance 2.0. As you can see, very nice high ceilings, grand entrance, signs right there at the front. We kind of decided to put the sign there at the front because it's what we used at the previous facility, and it's way too small for the big walls. As you can see, sort of dumbbell section, some really nice lighting that sort of goes there. Juicy for the pumps. We whacked in a boxing bag because why not? Bit of vibes. I actually saw that at I was at the Penrith Panthers facility one day and saw them train and saw the boxing bag kind of in the middle of the facility, and you could just see everyone sort of sprinting around, punching it and whatnot, and it was just a vibe builder. So I really liked it. Something I wanted to add in here. I got the eccentric box, a couple of new pieces of equipment, and the creme de la creme, the basketball hoop right there, right in front of the Evolve logo, which we didn't really necessarily plan. We just wanted the Evolve logo in the middle of the turf, but it actually worked out really well that that's kind of like the backdrop. Plenty of pieces of equipment sort of rolled up there, some GHDs, these combo racks. So we added 2 extra combo racks to the facility, which is really good for everyone's bench pressing and squatting needs, and obviously for the powerlifters to use comp-specific equipment, including the Alico sort of bench pads, which are unreal to bench on, extra nice and grippy. Really, really good for people trying to use their benches just to make sure that it's comp-specific. Here we go, a little Kaiser addition into the facility, which at the moment it's not really being used because we don't have an air compressor, but that is coming soon. So really cool pieces of equipment. Got our weightlifting platform, so got an extra one compared to what we used previously. So it's really good just for extra space, just to be able to utilize those. Obviously still got our force plates that we do all our testing on. Some extra squat racks, so we got 5 squat racks, some extra platforms for people to deadlift on. Mainly just guiding people to lift where they need to lift and making sure the sessions sort of flow. To cable systems, we actually didn't have the 2 seated rows last time, so we've added in an extra seated row. We just kept that in storage. It just simply didn't fit in the Maroubra facility, so we had that the entire time and finally had a little bit of extra space to be able to fit it. And then this is a recovery zone, so this is situated downstairs. I got the ice bath and sauna in, which looks pretty schmick. Got some new tiling, so it's nice and all waterproofed. Even got a shower in there as well, so athletes can kind of come in after their session or on Sundays after games and whatnot and be able to use these facilities and sort of make sure that we're not missing any steps in their training preparation. We go upstairs here and there's actually another section that we're not showing off too much at this point because it's kind of a little bit empty, but we're looking to try and put as many sort of accessory machines as we can. So obviously it's a nice extra bit of space that we can use. We're not going to have too many coaches up here utilizing this space because it kind of doesn't really flow with the sessions. So having some leg extension hammy curls there for now, thinking seated calf raises, maybe some preacher curl machines, kind of like a little bodybuilding section for people to kind of finish off their session there. Then we got our other recovery space. So this is where we have our compression boots. People can come in either before or after they train, have something to eat, play some Xbox. And then we've also got our allied health office. So head of sports rehab, Jack, is in here using this space, as well as our sports psychologist, sports dietitian, and massage therapist. So that's the gym. If you have any questions about the space, please reach out. Would love to have a chat about it, but very excited for all the athletes to, really, pardon the pun, evolve in this space.